All right, Cooper, let's check out one of your runs here over at the Hermitage. Enjoyed skiing with you those couple of days. Hope you had fun. Watch it in regular motion, then we'll slow it down.
Course is clear. Okay, Gary, let's get a little bit more positive standing on that outside foot. Try and get those edges rolled up a little bit higher above the gate. You're clear.
All right, some good skiing. You got a really good stance. You seem well in balance. A lot of good things going on. You can see here, nice level shoulders, which is what we're striving for. You can see here a little bit longer outside leg and a shorter inside one, which is what we want. Nice width of the feet right there. That's all pretty good. Hands are in a great position. Some good skiing. You got some good fundamentals, Cooper. Came in here and a nice line. We always want to have our kind of our direction done as we pass the panel, which you do. So you were staying ahead of the course there nicely. Pretty patient here, which is good. So this is called the rise line, which is the imaginary line drawn straight up the hill from the panel. As a general rule, we want to wait for that before turning, and you're doing it good. You're intersecting rise line with your skis pointing out and away from the panel, allowing you to bring some shape back and have direction done as we pass the panel. It's a good job. One thing we were working on that day was really trying to move forward through the transition. You came in here, your hips back at the end of the turn, which is typical. Then we want to kind of move forward along the skis, get our hips up over the boots at the top of the turn, which really didn't happen. So you're kind of starting this turn a little bit, kind of in the back seat. So keep working on trying to move forward through the transition to get hips up over the boots at the top of the turn. A little better there. You can see. Kind of toss them sideways at the top of the turn. So as best you can, we're going to roll them up at the top of the turn. High edge angle platform to push against. All right. We keep working on trying to get our feet out from underneath us. Again, we kind of tossing them sideways at the top of the turn there, skidding the top. Those skis will come around if you roll them up and stand on them. Again, you can see the spray. But that's the hard part. The hard part is pivoting or sliding, skidding the top of the turn. That is the hard one. The top of the turn, hardest thing. Once you got off the steeper section here, you kind of thought, well, I'm on a flat. I'm going to try to straighten it out, and you really want to way too straight. You can see here going right at the gate, passing with no direction. It's still pretty turny down here, so that set you off on a pretty low line. Most of your turn is below the gate here. We want to be turning above the gate. Not much direction. As you're passing that, we would have preferred to have you more going off this way. You're still heading kind of down the hill. So you end up being a lower and later line. And, late kind of turns into late because it's hard to change your line. So same here, coming in kind of giving yourself no room above the panel. We want to have more room. You're in the rise line now. We want to have you have more what we call elevation or height above the panel, more space between the panel and you when you're in the rise line. Because of you're tight to it here, not enough space, you end up making most of your turn below, so all of a sudden you're, well off the panel down there where we want to be tight to the panel. So that kind of sets you off on a low line, so you had to kind of toss them sideways a bit there. The other thing you want to keep trying to work on as best we can and learn, practice getting those feet out from underneath it. That's our goal. You kind of have your feet under you most of the time, or a lot of the times, and you want to let those skis kind of arc out from under this and pressure them and then come back. Bigger edge angles. Practice it in your free skiing. That's where you're going to learn that technique. It's pretty tough in the gates to learn it. All right, so practice trying to get your feet up underneath it. See how low you can go, dropping the hip towards the snow. How low can you get the hip while maintaining level shoulders and your weight on the outside ski? But overall, get some great fundamentals. Enjoyed working with you, and hope to see you on the hill with us again soon.